Everybody, we are going to be doing lesson 5. Yes, I know lesson 4 is there. Yes, I know it's the pivot tables, but 5 is far more interesting and far more pertinent for us today. We're still going to do lesson 4, which is doing 5 first. Now, the other thing you're going to notice with this video is I'm not starting at the very beginning. I'm actually moving ahead a little bit, and I am going to be starting in on objective number 2, like a prima donna that I am, because I just don't like objective number 1. So I'm going to leave that to do that in class with you guys, and you can have the joy of me struggling through it together with yourselves. So in the meantime, we're going to enhance worksheets with themes and styles on mine. Yep, it's got color, so you better believe I'm excited about it. So I've got the file that we started off with, and that is E05A class schedule. And so now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. You already know that a theme is a pre-designed set of colors, fonts, lines, and fill effects that look good together and that can be applied to your workbook. Yeah. A theme combines 2 sets of fonts, ergo some of the fun and games and hijacks and hijinks we've been dealing with about the 2 different font types. One for the text and one for the headings. And we've got the default. In the previous default Office theme, it was Calibri-like. It's now something else. I've got a YouTube video sitting in Brightspace for you to give you even further explanation. Ad nauseum. So activity 5.05, we're going to change and customize a workbook theme. Ooh, and we're going to do that. It's got a set of complementary cell styles, a defined set of formatting characteristics such as font sizes, font colors, color borders, and cell shading. The applied theme has also a set of complementary, as in they look very nice together, they work well together, they play together, table styles for data that format as a table. So we're going to point to row 1 heading, and we're going to insert a new blank row. Okay, so point on row heading, right mouse click, and insert. Blank row there now. And in A1, we're going to type in schedule of classes with unassigned sections. I'm going to press the enter key. I'm going to merge and center it from A1 to P1 and title style. So you knew that. Okay, A1. Okay. Enter. Then it's going to be A1 to P1. You notice I'm going from right to left. Home tab. Alignment group. Merge and center. Home tab. Styles group. So styles. And you know it. Title. Good enough. On the page layout, themes group, we're going to go to themes. And this is where things might be a little different. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go explore together, shall we? And you're going to compare ours with theirs. And which one are we going to be looking for? Ion. That's something everybody has. Perfect. Okay. Page layout, tab, themes group, themes. And we're looking for ion. They're here somewhere. There's your ion. All right. I guess that's what they want. That's okay. So now we've got the ion theme. In the themes group, we also have fonts. So we're going to go and look at the font type. Now again, this might be different, guys. Remember how much fun and games we had with fonts so far? And so technically there is going to be Century Gothic, but we can customize it by mixing the colors, the fonts, and the effect from any of the supplied themes. So we're going to go to fonts. We're going to click on Office, and we're going to save it. Now again, I'm not 100% convinced, but we're going to give it a go. Page layout, theme group, fonts, and we've got Office. Now, bear in mind, this is going to be different, but we're okay with that. Good. Perfect. and save. Now we are not only going to create we're going to create a custom table style that we like. So Excel, as we know, comes with a bunch of predefined table styles. But what if your corporation or your company has specific colors they like to use? And why can't you use those colors? Yeah, why not? So we're going to create our own table style. Kind of fun. The custom table styles that you create are stored only in this workbook. There is a process to be able to share it with other workbooks, but that's pretty complex. So for now, it's only going to be available in this workbook. So Home tab, Styles Group, Format as a Table, and New Table Style. What are we going to call it? Schedule. Name. So let's go get that part done and come back. Where we are. Home tab, Styles Group, Format as a Table. Home tab, Styles Group, Format as a Table, New Table Style. What are we going to call it? We are going to call it Class Schedule. What do we want to do? Each of the elements, we're going to add them in a particular order. Obviously not a random order. So under the table element, we're going to click on the first row stripe. First row stripe. What are we going to do to it? The list under the table elements. We're going to do so we did that. Format cells, fill. Oh dear lordy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to identify, for your benefit, I'm going to identify the actual color. Hopefully it'll make your life easier. Format. Make sure I'm doing the right thing here. Oh, fill tab. Format cells. Fill tab. 4 column of colors. 4 and 2. Fill. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yep. Wow, I got it right. Happy dance. And the sample area is down here. And the color they're wanting is called, currently no. That's one of the downsides. Sometimes you'll see so that's why they do it. Sometimes you'll have a color identified, and sometimes, like now, you don't. We're going to click on OK. We notice the previous. And set as default table style for this document. Is it really that easy? Are you serious? Anything else? The background color. Still. Okay. First stripe. Okay. I got too clicky on my own goodness here. On the table. There we go. And until we tell it where to go, it hasn't gone anywhere yet. So we created it. Now we have to apply it. Gotcha. Kind of scared you, huh? We got that done. Okay. And then click on the set as default style for this document. And okay, so yeah. Table. do this. And that's a kind of, holy cow. I'm going to have to come back and do this again. I am not erasing this. I'm coming back and doing this again. So undo and redo. Okay. It's going to be anywhere in my table. Format as a table. New table style. First row stripe. Give it a name. It's going to hate me in a minute. Oh, what? Oh, dog's breakfast. I made of this one. Schedule. First row. Format. Blue. Okay. Set as default table style for this document. So every time we apply a style to a table, it's going to do this guy first, and then we can make changes accordingly. Okay. And fine. One. No two things can have exactly the same name. And everybody's going, but wait, wasn't it supposed to apply itself to something? Not yet. We're just saying every time we create one, we're going to be our first option. And okay, everything looks as it is. We've done the format. We've done the format cells. Hit tab. Okay, go to default style. And okay. Then now we're going to come back and apply that style, but we can't just click on it because a couple of reasons. But one of the biggest reasons is if we just go and apply the style, it's not going to work right. It's can I show you or not? No, I can't. So A2 down to P50. Do not include rows 1 and do not include rows 51. Absolutely correct. And we're going to go and styles group, home tab, styles group, format as a table, and under custom was the only one that's going to be there. Sadly for me, because I messed up the first time, there's going to be 2, and we're going to apply our class schedule. Home tab, styles group, so format as a table, and custom. Class schedule 1. So yep, some of you only have 1, or some of us follow instructions. Clearly, I'm not one of them. My table has headers, which is why you couldn't use A1. Otherwise, it looks nasty. Well, you actually got to see that, didn't you? And this is what it looks like. Congrats, it looks pretty gosh darn good. Oh, and what about that little yellow? It should remain because it's the contents of a cell. That's why the yellow remains, just FYI. We saved it. Probably should save it. Here we go. And back to the next page. There's 372. We're now going to be working on 370. Okay. And as good as it gets. Now, formatting a worksheet to share with others. Sounds interesting. We can add a hyperlink to a worksheet, which when you click on it, takes you to another location, to a worksheet, another file, to a web page in the internet, or your organized intranet as well. You can also create your own link for an email too. So yeah, you can do a lot with a hyperlink, more than I'm sure you guys even thought about. So activity 5.07. Previewing and modifying page breaks. You've heard me talk about it over the last couple of weeks. Now we get to go in and actually do stuff with setting up the printing. So why are they talking about a hyperlink here? I guess we'll find out, you guys. So before you print, you gotta make sure you set everything up for printing. Otherwise, it is the proverbial dog's breakfast. We learned about scaling because remember that from the test. Okay, so we're going to go to File, instruction number 1, Print, and Print Preview. And notice as currently formatted, it's going to be 4 pages. Okay, File, Print, Print Preview. You guys can't really see it. Can I make it move up or down? Yeah, you can see that, right? Yeah. Why is that? There we go. 1 of 4. I'm sure everybody's brain's going, oh, we gotta fix it. And I'm gonna go next, next, next. And you notice it's page 3 and 4. I think to put it politely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we're going to do the back button to return to our worksheet. We're going to go to the View tab, Workbook Views, and Page Break Preview. Now, I'm going to caution you right now. This looks freakish when you do it. Do not be afraid. It's not the end of the world. It just looks a little unpleasant. Okay, back button. No, I said slide it, not run away from it. It's scary, but it's not that scary. There we go. You guys can see everything if need be. I think so. Close enough. Done it. Okay. View, Workbook, and Page Break Preview. View tab, Workbook Views, and Page Break Preview. They've got normal, page layout, and page break previews. Don't worry about how it looks. It's going to look weird. Yep. So what it did, it says, I'm going to grab and present only the cells where something is in there. And those are the ones I'm going to print. And right now, you've got page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. All right. And compare our screen to theirs. Yeah, theirs looks as ugly as ours. So I scroll down, I've looked at the other pages, I see where the page breaks are. Then I'm going to go back. Then I'm going to go back to Workbook View, Normal, to get things back to normal as close as we can. Then you're going to see the dashed lines because it says this is the last place I saw the print can be set up. So I'm keeping that kind of that structure. We've seen those dashed lines before. Okay, View and Normal. It's exactly the same as normal down here on your status bar. Okay. And you should be seeing the dashed lines here, the dashed lines up and down. So clearly, if we sent this to the printer, it's highly unpleasant. And if somebody handed this to me for me to look at, I would be also highly unpleasant. Okay, so let's go fix it, shall we? So we're going to go to Page Layout tab, Page Setup Group, Orientation, Landscape, Scale to Fit, Width, and 1. You've done this with me before. Okay. Page Layout, Page Setup, Page Layout, Page Setup, Margins, Custom. Let's make sure I'm in the right place. Orientation. Oh, no. Let me try to do it. Orientation. That in itself is going to make a huge difference. Watch those dashes. You see how everything kind of moves over? Okay. Scale to fit group, width, and 1 page. Yes. Scale to fit. width. Right now it's automatic. And one page. Wait, watch again. And you probably can't see, but now everything fits on one page. It doesn't change the height, but it does change the width. Then we're going to go to page setup, header footer, custom footer, left section, file name. You've been here before, but wait, there's more. And on the right section, we're going to do insert page number. Okay, okay. Good practice to insert any headers or footers before making the final page break decisions on your workbook. Absolutely. Okay. Page setup. Header, where's my header footer? Footer, footer, left hand section, file name, right hand section, page number. You got pound and pound. And that's that. Okay, and okay. Then we are going to go to what we've got that part done. We've done that. We've done the header. We've done the page number. Okay. Then print preview, and we should have 2 pages. File, print, and 1 of 2. It was 1 of 4. Now it's 1 of 2. Not particularly interesting yet. Let's hope things brighten up and get a little bit more exciting shortly. We've done that. We've done that. Now, view, page break preview. And we want to manually rejig where we want the page break to be, not where Microsoft wants it to be, but where we want it to be. So we're going to go back to our worksheet, View tab, Page Break Preview. I'm going to scroll look for the difference between page 1 and page 2. And we're going to point to the horizontal page break between page 1 and 2. And when your mouse pointer looks like this guy here, we're going to drag it up to between 26 and 27. Let's see why they want it there, shall we? Go back. View. Page break preview. I'm going to zoom in a smidge because I can't see diddly squat. And I'm going to scroll up to between 26 and 27. I may have to kind of move this guy over a little bit so you can see that. Bring my mouse up to the dashed line. Because it's dashed, when you see it's dashed, it's called a natural page break. Excel or the application created it. When you make edits and changes, it becomes a solid line, which becomes a manual page break. And 27 and 26. Now, not knowing yet why, I'm going to find out why that particular break. Normally, there's a reason for it. We've got 2 pages now. Or it just looks nice, that too. We're going to go back to print preview, next page, and page 2. View, file, print, 1, 2. Yeah, we're getting there. One thing you guys may not have noticed is page 1 has a whole bunch of column headings. Page 2 does not. But other than that, it's coming together pretty darn nicely. We're going to go back to normal. We're going to go back to home and save. Home, normal, and A1 and save. A little bit haphazard I got there. Now, finally, repeating column, rows, or titles. Remember I showed you first page and the second page? The first page had the titles, the second page doesn't. We're going to make sure that every page has those column or row titles. We're going to go to print preview, page 2. We've already noticed this. And then we're going to go to the page layout, page setup, print titles, sheet tab, page setup. And it's going to be, oh yeah, this is going to be I'm copying both of you. And then row 2. Make sure I'm doing the right thing. Page layout, page setup, print titles, and then we can go do our thing. Okay, page layout, page setup, and print titles. You click on that, wait for it, and it takes you to the sheet. And then you've got print titles, you've got rows to repeat at top, or you've got columns to repeat at left. Our purpose is going to be rows to repeat at top, and because the table, we don't care about our heading, we just care about the table. And so I'm going to click anywhere in the rows to repeat at top. Then I'm going to go to row 2. I'm going to click on the number 2. You see it's $2, $2 because it's the entire row of 2. There's no 2A, 2B, 2C, none of the above. And okay. But wait, I didn't see any change. Let's see when we see it. Because when we go back into print preview, that's when you're going to see the magic happen. We did that. And we did that. Click OK. Print preview, page 2. Let's see if we're any good at what we do. Okay. And dialog box launcher, page setup, print preview. Yeah, that was pretty darn sharp, I will admit. And save. Now I'm going to insert a hyperlink into a workbook. It's activity 5.09. And we already talked about what a hyperlink can do, either inside the worksheet or outside, referring or linking to other resources outside of the worksheet. I quite often will have a spreadsheet where I use one page and it allows me to create a series of links to a bigger workbook. And it's almost like I've got chapters or table. It's almost like doing an Excel table of content. It's not, but it's darn close. All right, but we're not doing that. We're doing this. So recall the hyperlink, blah, blah, blah. And it can be attached to text or even to graphics. In this activity, we're going to add a hyperlink that will open a file containing the contact information for the instructor. Might be interesting. So let's go to M2, Insert tab, Link group, Link, Insert a link, and then we're going to go looking for some stuff. We're going to go looking for faculty. I'm just going to do this part because I know my hard drive too well. M2. So for starters, let's go back. And M. Okay. Is it okay for us to do that in here? M2. Yep, it is. Insert tab. Link group. Click on the drop down. I got all these things. I told you I use this a lot, right? I wasn't kidding. So I'm going to go down to insert link. and you've got places in this document, existing file or web page, create a new document or email. So we want existing file or web page. So it could be a file on your hard drive, or it can be out web page somewhere. Where are we going to go look for this puppy? Cool. Look arrow, look in. There's a browse to the right. Up, browse the file. I have to do that. I'm just not that lucky. And we are looking for faculty contact. There it is. One left click and OK. And it remembers that because that was the last place I was. Not because I did anything clever or brilliant, but that's it. Now, the address is that, or the name of the file is that. But what do we, excuse me, we want the text to be instructor. And that's good. Is there anything else I need to do? In. Nope. I think everything is good. Insert, green tip, get hyperlink, green tip dialog box. And we're going to type in click here for info. And what that means, that works exactly like you think it might. You've got text to display, you've got look in, you've got screen tip, and you've got address. So we're going to click on the screen tip, and it says when you hover on that cell, what is it you want people to see? Click here for contact info. Okay. And okay. And insert hyperlink. Okay. So okay once. And there it is. So when I hover on it, click here for contact info. Yay. That worked out rather well. So I pointed at it. I read the screen tip. It looks absolutely fabulous. I'm rather impressed with myself. And I'm going to click on the instructor hyperlink and display the contact information. I'm going to close the contacts. I'm going to open it and close it. Wax on, wax off. So click on here and close it off. Good enough. Brings us back to our original workbook. Mac tips, apparently you skipped steps 9 and 10. So now I've closed off my contacts file. I've got my class schedule active again, and that's perfectly fine. On number 9, page layout, themes, and colors, we're going to go and customize colors. We're going to go look for, because that color is really, really light. So what we're going to do is customize colors, look for the colors in the hyperlink, and followed hyperlink, and compare our screen to that. Let's go do that first. Right. Okay. Customize colors is at the bottom. And what we're looking for down here is hyperlink. Before you click on it, followed hyperlink is once you've clicked on it. And what? You're telling me punch into color? That is so cruel. That is so cruel. Okay, cancel. I wanted to change that color. Activity 5.10, modifying a hyperlink. In cell M2, we're going to click on the instructor hyperlink. I'm going to open up that file that they just made as closed. Okay. Then I'm going to save it as contacts 2022. All right. I don't think they know that we've come and gone from 2022, but that's okay. So let's go do that, shall we? Click on our fancy new hyperlink. File, save as. They will be really good. And what are we going to call it? It's going to be 2022. I'm not going to do anything fancier than that. I'm just going to... I guess I've done this more than once, maybe. Big clicky. That way, I'm not writing over my original file. We've done that. We saved it. And then you want us to go back to close it again. Holy cow. This is torture. Close it off. And back to here we are. So now we're going to right mouse click on M2, the link. And this way, ironically, it's the only way you can edit the hyperlink is right mouse click, edit it, and we're going to do this ahead of the game. So I say, oh, this is good, but now we've got this new file called Faculty Contact 2022. The hyperlink goes to the original. Excuse me. So we want to edit it. So instead of going to the old file, we want it to go to the new file. And that's what they're asking us to do. Right mouse click. No. Right mouse click. Edit hyperlink. Text stays the same. What is it we want to do? What do you ask? We have browse. 2022. Okay. So now when you click on that link again, now you said, I want you to go to this file, not that. Okay. Okay, and M2, click on the instructor, close it again. My God, you guys are horrible. Click on instructor. Yep, we got it. And close it once more. I should go on strike. So display the workbook properties. Tags, we're going to class schedule. We're going to go to copy, related people, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and save it and close it. I'm not going to waste your time. You've seen me do it before, so it's going to be